All right, Kathy, let me let you know what you got going on here. You better make sure you got this collar on tight enough. Because with this dog's hair, so what I'm saying about this dog, I've got a good recall on the dog. I've got a pretty good down on it, but you know, you've got to say to yourself, I mean, I've worked for that relationship. You can't just expect to scream the word down and her hear that and hit the dirt. You better be able to back it up. And it is, I mean, honestly, with a dog like this was Theodore Roosevelt. Summer finds this job so enlightening. Speak softly and carry a big stick. So, you know, that's really what the pager is, you know, and the nick being your big stick. And I think I have bumped her on the continuous. I mean, that is what I like about the Dogtra, and you're getting the Dogtra over the Greg's collar. Oh, and Bart Ballone came out with a new collar. I just saw it yesterday. Only by a strange twist of fate. Because that girl got in a traffic accident. No. But I'm going to tell you what was happening right there. The leash was getting tight, and I used the pager to push the dog back towards me. That's what I want you guys to think of with the collar. We're pushing and pulling it, doing lots of things. Anyway, so this new Bart Ballone collar, I got to show it to Summer later because I couldn't find my glasses. I couldn't really see what it was. But it looked like, I don't know, maybe plastic links or something. And I don't know, they said something about a dummy collar. I mean, I don't know why they think they need a dummy collar unless they're just that unevolved.
What's a dummy collar?
Well, that's where we would just, put the collar on so it thinks it's got the collar on. This thing was so low profile, I don't think you would need a dummy collar. You know, they had it really high on the dog's neck, though. I mean, you know, that is, you know, for dogs that have situational awareness, yeah, if you put it real high on their neck. Dogs like this dog, your average pet dog, has a collar on all the time. People have put various jingly tags and bells and every other thing on. So they don't get collar-wise. The people have had strange ritualistic behaviors with the collars on them since they got them, Jim. If somebody gets a puppy from me and we run into them a week later, I'll tell you what they've got on it, some great big collar with a great big tag. You know, so they've already done, and so I don't see dogs getting collar-wise. Anyway, so I texted Greg. I said, did you see the new collar? And he said, no. I said, you better get on Facebook and look. You know, but this Bart Ballone single-handedly, we should do a whole video about that, but, I mean, cause the Americans to sit up and say, you know, we better up our game. Because this guy's making them, albeit his or $1,000, very cost prohibitive. They're not going to buy them in this country for that reason. But it at least inspires these collar companies to be a little more futuristic with their design. But what I think he's got is a thing, and the collar is all, it appears to be all one. There's no box at all. But I think the contacts are on either side, which for me would be harder to push one. With this, like with that Remy, you know, when I did the nick, you know, it turned his head because of where the box was. So that wouldn't, you wouldn't be able to do that. You would better, this would be my advice to anybody, you know, that was going to use a collar that had contact points on either side. You better have done a lot of prep work to make sure that this dog is going to be clear in the head when that happens. Because if it happens and the dog, you know, loses its fluidity of movement right when you do that, that's going to be hard to fix. Anyway, so what I've got is the dog, she's putting a little pressure on that leash. But you can see she's interacting with me by leaning up against me and stuff, and I'm going to tell you what reaction I'm having none. And why? I'll tell you why, because I'm Billy Joe Armstrong, that's why. Don't make me play the video again, please. Alright, I got to get some treats, and we're going to be right back with the walking. But you see what I did the whole time, girl? I mean, I just was there at peace with the dog. If you said that that was a very unhappy dog right now, I would say, I'm not seeing it. That's what my character says now. I'm not seeing it.